Hello everybody and welcome to week 3 of our class LS 526, Professional Writing for Graduate Students here at Purdue Global University. This week we are still continuing our discussion on critique writing, and we will also be focusing this week on peer review and the impact of peer review as it's going to have in our ability to review other people's writing and to improve our own writing. This week we are going to have our essay assignment that will add on to our previous assignment from week 2, the outline and the thesis statement. This week we're going to actually draft the paper. So that will be our assignment due at the end of week 3. One discussion board this week, guys, as we are discussing peer review writing. And then we will have our seminar on Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peer review writing, guys, is an extremely interesting style of writing. We are going to continue to critique the essay of Mr. White and talk about gas-powered cars and their future and the impact on other alternative fuel source cars and how these two are going to work together and make a determination if Mr. White was correct or Mr. White was incorrect. In terms of peer review, we're going to be looking at the ability to hand our papers off to someone else and give them the ability to come back and make comments and correct our writing. And what's very interesting about peer review, and it's a great thing, in my opinion, because what peer review is going to do is it's going to allow us to give our papers to people we trust, our fellow classmates, fellow workers, whoever, and allow them to check to see what our writing looks like and to tell us of any improvements or additions or corrections that they would make to our writing. And then that way it gives us a chance to move our writing from a rough draft, maybe even to a final version of our paper. And I will say this, what's interesting about peer review is the way people take peer review. Some people get really emotional about it and think that they don't need a lot of help. Some people are extremely excited about it and think that they need the help in doing it. I always am a very big fan of peer review because one of the things I want to think about when we're writing, especially when you're doing legal writing, is you don't want to submit something to a judge or a court that has a ton of spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, miscitations, something that's not going to look very good because we want our writing to always be professional. So we want that professional style writing to go to the court and the judge. So especially in legal writing, we're going to be defending our position and critiquing the other side. We want to show that professionalism and credibility we've been talking about, and that shows up in our style of writing, and it shows up in the arguments we're making and the way we defend the arguments and the way the arguments are going forward. So peer review, guys, is a great thing. I always encourage students to do it. If you have good coworkers you trust who could help you out with peer review, that's a great thing to do as well too, because I think the worst thing we can always be is extremely confident in our writing. And I don't want to say that in a mean way. I don't want to say we're not good writers or that we feel comfortable writing. But I don't think it ever hurts to have that second set of eyes, go back through and look, and then find those little technical mistakes and find poor sentence wording. Because it's interesting, as a professor, I get so many papers that have green lining underneath of it and red lining underneath of it. And those are mistakes that could have easily been avoided by proofreading and then number 2, doing some peer review to not have someone else look at it, find those mistakes, and help you knock those mistakes out before you submit that to whoever that paper needs to go to. So it should be an exciting week this week, guys, as we talk about peer review and continue our critique writing of the essay. So good luck this week, guys, and remember, if you need me, office hours are Tuesdays and Sundays from 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over in the instructor virtual office, or send me an email. I had a lot of emails come in this week, guys, and I've responded to most all of them. So always shoot me an email if you have a question or concern that pops in your head, as I'm always free to respond to you guys. And with that, guys, have a great week.